up, man?
What it do?
Can't tell you nothing. You got your jogging suit on. I see you, man. You shine. You got the Adidas jogging suit with the Chuck Taylors, huh? That's what we doing.
That's how OGs get down.
That's how the OGs get down. I see you, my boy.
That's how the OGs get down.
I see you shining.
Ain't no brand.
Nice Scully you got on, man.
Yep.
Well, here we are back again.
Are we up?
The podcast is looking good. People are talking about it. We getting rumbles in the street.
Are we up?
Are we? We up, baby.
Are we up?
We up.
We up.
Yeah,
okay.
man. I want to get it in. We got to get it in as soon as we walk in.
We up.
So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Virgos and Mike. I'm LeVar Walker, and this is...
K. Douglas, a.k.a. Special K.
All right.
Comedian.
I was about to say.
That's my comedian name. My podcast name is different.
Oh, you're
I'm
K.
not on
Douglas.
stage right now. K. Douglas. I got to be I'm a professional broadcaster right now.
And you Special K on the radio.
Special K is a character that I play on the radio. That's not a real person.
You've been Special K your whole career. That's the only way
That's not a
I've
real
known you.
person. That's like saying Future is really Future. Future is
I've been calling you Special K. You never once
okay, but
time
Jay-Z
said call
is
you
not
K.
Jay-Z.
Douglas.
Jay-Z is Sean Carter.
Well, I'll just call you Carl.
Sean Carter.
No.
You can call me Carl. You can
Carl.
call me K.
Did you guys know his name was Carl?
You can call me K. But I'm just saying Special K is a character like Jay-Z is a character.
Why do you say Jay-Z is a character?
Jay-Z is not. Sean Carter is Jay-Z.
But I mean, we just know him as
Clifford
Jay-Z.
Harris is not T.I. T.I. is not T.I.P.
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make.
well, y'all give it up. Y'all give it up to Special K.
Cardi B
He's
is
back
not.
again.
Cardi
okay?
B is Bacallus. Bacallus. That's Cardi B.
I never knew her name.
Beyonce
is
fucking
Beyonce. And LeVar is LeVar.
That's right.
I think a lot of times when people
you think you're big enough to go by one name?
Yes.
When people see you, they be like, "Damn, that's LeVar."
You know. I've always, when I got into comedy, I never wanted to do like a stage name. Because
I didn't either. I used to be a stripper, and it stuck.
And that is interesting, man.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that.
No, I don't.
Why not?
I really don't.
That's a great topic. That's a great way to start. Special K was a male stripper.
Yeah.
And how many years did you strip?
About 10.
You stripped for 10 years. And this was...
I was young, man. I started when I was about 20. I went from 20 to about 20. My entire 20s was spent stripping.
What made you say, I want to do this? Like, what did you go to?
Nah, it started off. I haven't told you this. How
No.
it started, dude. I was in the military. I was in the Air Force.
Uh-huh.
And I was stationed in South Florida. We used to go drive up to Miami on the week, through the weekend. On the weekend, hang out at these clubs. And this one club we used to hang out at, they had a ladies' night on Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. It's called Strawberries, the club was. And they did this contest, like it's called the Sexy Man Contest or the Sexy Chest Contest, some shit like that. You gotta understand, this is 88, something like that.
Okay.
So guys would go up on stage, take off your shirt, and dance. Ladies would clap for the guy who they think was the sexiest. You win $100. So a couple of my buddies, my Air Force buddies, was like, "Yo, you need to go up there and get that money. You can dance."
Wait, you could dance, but this was Sexy Chest Man.
Yeah,
It
they
wasn't
were,
nothing to
where
do
you
with
had
dance.
to take off your shirt and you had to do a little, you like this is back when that's he's a knockout, this and that.
Do you think they liked your chest, these guys?
I mean, I was. I put it like this: out of the crew that I was with, I was the best in shape. I was the most in shape dude out of the crew.
Okay.
So they pushed me up to the front.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, you need to go up there and do this." So as a gag, I went up one night and I did my thing and I won $100. So they said, you come back the next week and you defend your title. If you win it 1 week, you come back and you compete again, and then you win $150. So I'm like, shit, $150 for I was making about $600 a month. So I'm like, $150, that's a nice lick. So I went back the next week. I went back and I won for like 6 straight weeks. I kept winning because the women started liking me, so I kept winning. And every week I would go further and further with it.
Wow. And so when did this become a profession?
Okay, so the guys who I was competing against, a couple of them were in a dance group called the Nasty Boys. And so after I kept winning, they was like, "Yo, like, dude, you need to dance with our group. You need to come and be a part of our group. Like
now, how many Nasty Boys was it? How many?
Man, it was Funkalone T, Snake Man, Body Pleaser,
Snake Man,
Dr. Rock.
God damn, Snake Man must have had that meat on him.
Magic.
Snake Man.
It was Fred G. It was a few about 8, 9 guys.
Wow.
All in all. And so they said, well, you need to get in our group. And I'm like, yo, I'm in the military. But they said, look, man, we dance over here on Wednesday night. Then we dance over here on Tuesday. We dance here on Mondays. We here on Saturday. Then we hit the road, man. We go to Jacksonville. We go to Tallahassee. We be doing these different shows. And this kind of money we be making. I'm like, shit, you know?
So let me ask you this.
And that's how it started.
So
they told me where to go and get costumes made and all that.
So look. Did y'all all come out and dance at one time together? Or was it...
The way it worked is on the Mayor Review night, they clear the stage and the ladies form all in front of the stage, and the MC would get the show started and introduce you one by one. So you come out, you dance to a fast song. As you coming out, you dance to a fast song. You rocking, you killing it, and then you go into a slow set. You go into the slow song. And then that's where you get your money at. You get your money on the slow song.
So were you the opener, the headliner? Where did you go up in the?
When I first started, well, T, he was T and Body Pleaser. They were the headliners. They were like the crowd favorites.
So these niggas was buff and shit or something.
Well, T was buff. He was a Cuban dude.
Yeah.
I still keep in touch with him, as a matter of fact. He's a Cuban dude, and he was short and just like real buff.
Yeah.
And Pleaser, he was like, and I keep in touch with him too. He live in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
He was a slender guy, cut up nice, but he could dance his ass off. He had some move, like he could just dance his ass off. What worked for me was I was a new guy, and I had a clean look. I had a different look.
Yeah.
I had the nice fade with a little curl in it. I had my chains on, man. I had about 8 little gold chains I was wearing.
So you had that Duke curl, that S curl.
Oh yeah, I had that S curl. That shit was
I never could get that shit
was
right,
popping,
bro. I used to try to put that shit in my head. My shit was fucked up, dog. I let it sit too long.
Oh, yeah.
And bro, my shit was looking like dandelion.
No,
hairs.
my shit was perfected. I had that curl. I had that ready for the world, nigga.
Damn.
I had that ready for the world.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's how it started, man. And that shit was crazy. Like,
yeah, you had a great time. You had a lot of fun doing that.
I had a lot of fun doing it. Only reason I really stopped was because, I got my wife. My wife didn't know that when we met, she didn't know that I was a dancer. She thought that I was just, cause I was a club MC. And she thought that she didn't know that I was still like dancing on the road. And then one of her friends saw me at a show and called her. It was like, yo man out here,
Isn't this a great story?
Your man out here putting it down.
So did you tell jokes too? Because you're a comedian. Did you ever get
no,
up there shake your ass and then
hell
say,
no.
hey,
I wasn't a comedian at the time. I didn't know I could do jokes. But I transitioned from, what happened was Samore started working with us when I moved up to Atlanta. I got with Primetime, with Kevin's group. And when I got with them, Samore was the MC, Monique was one of our MCs, and we had another girl who was an MC. Mm-hmm. When Samore started blowing up and Monique started blowing up, we would have periods where we needed an MC. Mm-hmm. I was the only one that was comfortable, personality-wise, getting on the mic, opening up the show, talking shit.
Wow.
So I would just talk shit to the ladies. I was roasting them and just talk shit. And
I wasn't when you dancing. Was roasting, did you have your costume on?
No. I was in my regular clothes because if I was MCing, I wasn't dancing that night.
Wow.
So I would just talk shit, and then we started. Then I started just. It became a thing where I would come out, open up the show with 10 minutes of comedy, and that's kind of how I became a comedian. But my first gig, listen, I was working at a white radio station, AM radio station in Atlanta. I was a part-time on-air character, right? Mm-hmm. They said we're having a big show. Mm-hmm. The station's having a big show at 14th Street Playhouse, and we need a comedian, and we want you to do the comedy show because they assumed I was a comedian. I wasn't a comedian. I was just a dude that would call into the radio station and be funny, but I wasn't a comedian. But they said we're paying $1,500. That's all I had to hear. I said $1,500. I'm gonna do whatever I've seen people do on Def Comedy Jam because at the time that was a thing. This was '96. I said, I'm just gonna do what I see the people do on Def Jam. You know, I knew I was comfortable on stage, and I knew I had funny stories, and that's what I did. I bullshitted my way through like 45 minutes, and it was a lily white crowd.
Oh, and they liked you. Were you? I guess so. Bruh. You was like stealing jokes. You was kind of hacky.
Probably.
Yeah.
I probably did 9 different acts.
Oh, boy.
But for that lily white crowd, shit, I was Eddie Murphy to them.
Yeah, that's.
It was probably it was hacky. It was probably I was probably stealing shit.
And that you know
I was doing shit I seen people do on TV.
And that is like amazing.
And that's
because
how it started.
To do comedy in front of black people in the early 90s was like a fucking, that shit should have been on Fear Factor.
Oh yeah.
Boy.
When Def Jam was the standard, and you had to like when we started at Uptown Comedy Corner, right? To go in there on a Wednesday night or a Sunday night, and you're following people like Earthquake, Bruce, Arnez J. I mean, you following some,
bro.
Earthquake when he was on, dude. The first time I bombed for real was when Earthquake put me up on a Wednesday night, and it was packed.
And you bombed, and Earthquake went up there and roasted your ass
for 30 minutes. That's back when Quake was young. The motherfucker was energetic. He was feeling things that he's discussed.
Fuck. Now, when he
fuck.
roasted you through the dirt, did you have like a disdain for, like, you was like, this
Nah, I mean, because I was such a fan, like, and me and him have talked about it. I said, dude, I was such a fan that for him to roast me, I almost felt honored. Like, I felt honored that he took 20 minutes of his time. Because you got to understand, you know how it was when you come in the game. Ooh. These dudes are like celebrities to me.
Yes.
Like, Quake was like, I used to be scared to talk to this nigga.
Wow.
I used to be like, I would get like nervous just talking to this nigga.
That is so crazy.
Him, DC Curry, like I said, Bruce. I used to be nervous talking to them because I'm like, these niggas are celebrities. They've been on TV. Bruh, I had never been on TV before.
That's how I felt when I came up to the first.
And I was like, shit, he's actually roasting me for 30 minutes. This shit is beautiful. Bro, I mean, it was humiliating, but it was beautiful.
When I got to Atlanta in 2002, bro, and I went to Uptown to sign up, and I'm like, oh shit, and I saw like Tyler Craig, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing him every night on Comic View.
Right.
Even Ernesto, I would see every night on Comic View, laugh, look. I was like, oh shit, Shorty at the time, Duval. Yeah. I was like, wow, man, this shit was crazy to me. Like, these motherfuckers was superstars to me, man.
Yeah.
And I was eating it in that motherfucker.
And I remember.
You remember that?
They used to boo you before you got to the stage.
Nigga, I wasn't shit. Boy, them motherfuckers was ruthless,
they would boo
bro.
you on the way to the stage.
Bro, they was ruthless as fuck, man. No, they not on the way. Now, nah. Now, goddamn. But man, I used to choke up in that motherfucker,
it was,
boy.
But that's when it was a different thing then. Coming up in black comedy in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was a different.
But you know what?
It was a different ritual.
I really enjoyed the challenge, bro. And it was just like, when you got booed up out that motherfucker, man, it was the exact opposite when you repped. It was like you won the fucking high school championship game. When you tear that bitch up, it's like, you the man, bro. I mean, it's no longer like that. Like now, first time you guys don't have to go through that.
The first time you shredded that shit on a Sunday night, like the first time you went in there on a Sunday night with all the dope boys and the street niggas and the strippers,
come on, man,
celebrities, like the first time you went in there on a Sunday night and ripped, that shit was like the best nut you ever busted. I swear to God, it was like
y'all.
It was
dude,
like
I feel so sorry for the younger comics.
That shit felt better than anything on TV. TV shit don't even like because when you felt like that, and then when you come back the following week, and he's like, "Yo, you got to go up," or "Yo," and you see yourself getting put ahead of other people.
Yeah, man.
It's like, cause okay, hey, or either hey, man, these motherfuckers been horrible tonight. I need you to go up. You be like, oh yeah, these motherfuckers believe in me.
Yeah.
And then you go up there and rip.
Yes.
Oh
man.
my God.
It was
that shit was amazing.
You walk off stage, just float around like a bee.
Oh, that shit was amazing.
Continuously collecting accolades and pats on the back.
Oh, standing outside after when the crowd letting out, people like, oh my God, you were so funny.
But when your ass get booed, you going right to that car and you peeling out that goddamn lot, nigga. You can't get out that bitch fast enough. Fuck this, nigga. I am trash.
You cannot get out.
So I was thinking, right, since this is two Virgos and a mic, I think, how about this? We start this off by reading the Virgo horoscope for the day.
Okay.
Right? That seems like that's good.
What is the Virgo horoscope for the day?
Well, let's just see. Let's see. Virgo horoscope.
I need to know what kind of day I'm going to have before I go out here and play these numbers.
Okay, and this is good. So for our horoscope today, fellow Virgos out in the world, today could be an unusual one for you emotionally. Virgo, your usual easygoing, adaptable nature could be ruffled by people who try to take over projects that you are perfectly qualified to do. In such situations, you would normally retire gracefully to a quiet corner, but now you spread your beautiful wings and let it be known that you should not be overlooked. Get to your authentic self with the guidance. No, never mind that part. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. They was talking about a psychic advisor. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So that is the horoscope for the day.
I don't know what I'm qualified to do. I don't think my son asked me the other day, he said, so if you were not on the radio right now, if you had not, because I've been on the radio for pretty much all of his life, since he was 3. So he said, so if you weren't on the radio right now, what would you be doing? I said, that might be the most unanswerable question anybody has ever asked me. I said, son, I have no idea. He said, but that's admirable though. That means you ain't have a plan B. That means you was like, this shit gotta work. I said, I don't know if that's it.
Bruh, it's a thing of.
I said, I don't know if that's it.
It's a thing of like, of course, like, yeah, my license is still active as a pharmacist or whatever, but
not if you had to stop doing this, but if you had never started doing this. If you had never started doing this, where would you be?
Well,
but because you would be a pharmacist.
Bro, I'd be miserable.
You're a pharmacist.
I'd probably be suicidal.
Yeah, but if you wasn't funny, what if you wasn't funny? What if you had no comedic
If I
skill?
wasn't funny, though, I never would have tried to be a comic.
You just be a boring ass pharmacist.
I started doing comedy because motherfuckers kept telling me to be a comedian.
But I'm saying, if you weren't funny,
well, it'll be you have another gift. Everybody got a gift.
Really?
It'll be another gift. I'll be good. Every motherfucker is good at something. Everybody watching, everybody got something in them, dog. Everybody. Dude, I was listening to Joe Rogan yesterday. It's a lady that's a fucking beekeeper. And I never would have thought that I would have been so interested in keeping bees, bro. She just loves bees. And this woman did a TikTok, got like 300 million views on a TikTok keeping bees. And she's the most famous beekeeper on earth. And it's so interesting.
But how do you know
about
that you're
the
a good
bees,
beekeeper?
bro?
How do you gauge?
Bro, she just loves it.
How do you gauge?
I don't even think I don't even
abilities?
think you gauge. I just think if you're loving what you do and you're passionate about it, it's what it is. Because I think if you're in that space of, I love this, I'm doing it, and not only are you doing this thing, but it's giving value back to the world. You're in a giving state of gratitude, or you're giving, bro. It's like that's the whole thing. There's no way to measure it. I feel like I'm the greatest comedian ever right now. You know what I'm saying? So
what do you think is left for? So what is there for you to accomplish, comedy wise, for you to feel like, okay, like we know we're never gonna reach the mountaintop. Like for comics, there is no peak where you say, okay, I've made it.
Well, I don't. Well,
because I think no matter how high you get, you always want something else.
Well, I'm in such a state of gratitude right now, man. I never would have thought I could have replaced my income, as a pharmacist to be out here doing this shit. I never would have thought, I will be on a Hulu show playing myself working in the pharmacy. Like,
right.
It's just it's just the doing of it. Like the surprises you get, man. I performed in Africa, Germany. I'm just thankful in each moment and each opportunity, because you don't know where the hell you gonna land. It's a roll of the dice every day. But that's the beauty of it, just figuring it out. Like every day I get up, I'm figuring, my mind is moving. Like a lot of times just being a pharmacist, which is cool, but it's like I know I got a check coming every 2 weeks. I go through the shit, do the waiting bin report, verify scripts. And you gonna be right there. But now I don't know where the hell I'm gonna end up. You go down, you go up. It's like this amazing roller coaster ride. So,
and the fact that there's no safety net, I think keeps me, like, my journey is the polar opposite of your journey, because you came out of high school with a direct, you was on a track to do something.
Well,
when I came out, I was like,
so I
had no idea what the fuck was about.
So my decision for going into pharmacy was this, dude. When I've always had a job since I was 14.
Right.
Like I've always had I was always trying to get some money, do something. So I was like a little stock dude working at Walgreens in Chicago, and I'm busting my ass, unloading trucks and shit, doing all kind of shit and cashier, all that. And I was like, yo, I see the pharmacists on the they was doing shit. And then the man like, man, they getting money back in that motherfucker. I said, what? To look at pills? I said, I'm doing that shit. But I was naive in thinking I could go to maybe a community college and just memorize a couple pills.
Yeah, get your little certificate.
So once I started out, I just got into it. You know what I'm saying? Going to Xavier was a great thing for me, and learning the sciences, and I just kept going, man. It was rough. I worked my ass off and finished and shit. And comedy just kept calling me. It just kept calling. So here I am. That's my story. I wasn't passionate about being no goddamn. Who the fuck? Look, I know knock to any pharmacists that really.
But there's a lot of jobs you can look out there.
But who the fuck could be passionate about putting pills in the goddamn bottle every day? Like I'm.
But I mean, I think. But the people who are passionate about it, they probably look at it. They probably try to assign some bigger thing to it. Like I'm serving my community. I'm being a conduit for people between them and their healthcare provider.
I think that's a small percent. I think 98% just there to get a check.
It's like, I just want a nice check.
I don't want to take care of my family.
Can't wait to clock the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga. I used to count that clock backwards, nigga. If I work a 12, dude, this is what I used to do at work. I had to work a 12-hour shift. Let me tell you something. I open the gate, start, technician there. I look at it and go, well, got 11 hours and 57 minutes. I just start counting back. Isn't that sad?
Here's why I like my job. Because my job, like this morning on the air, I
got a lot of perks.
I came up with a list. I love lists. I love doing lists. Like sometimes I'll do lists of weird sexual things or lists of laws that you don't know exist in America. Like I'm a list guy. I like pulling up crazy lists. And I find it to be entertaining. Whether the audience finds it to be entertaining, I have no idea. I don't give a fuck. I'm enjoying myself.
Right.
I came up with a list of random facts.
Okay.
152 people in the U.S. are legally named LOL. There's 152 people whose legal name is LOL.
Really?
Can you believe that?
What are their last names?
Yeah, they don't say what their last was. The first name is
LOL. do you
LOL
pronounce
Wilson.
it LOL?
LOL? I guess you just say LOL. Because you can literally
is it abbreviated
like
LOL?
I don't know that there's it's just L, it's all caps LOL. I don't think that there's any restriction on what you can name somebody. So like if you have a kid, you can name him Like if you want to name your kid Walker. That's your son's name. You can name him. Or you can name him think about that.
Isn't that kind of like child abuse or something?
No, because
what if I name my son stupid ass?
Because when you really rich and you really bored with everything, life has to offer, you do stupid shit.
Elon Musk's son is named like
it's some bizarre weird ass name.
Why does everybody hate Elon?
Because he's a complete asshole.
He's not.
But have you really like read about he's a complete narcissistic asshole. He's uber rich. Okay, we know that. But he was kind of born on third base and thinks he hit a triple. Somewhat like Donald Trump.
He's on the spectrum.
Somewhat like Donald Trump. He was born with a silver spoon and thinks that he's like way smarter and way more fucking
the silver spoon
than he is.
The silver spoon shit, yeah, they was rich, but his mom left his dad.
And the shit he's
bro.
doing now is really kind of like he's showing that he doesn't. He's like Donald Trump in the sense that he's not the great businessman that you would think he is, being as wealthy as he is. He kind of is wealthy in spite of his shortcomings as a business person because he makes horrible decisions. He makes horribly cruel decisions, like what he's doing with Twitter and the employees. He's not, now he's talking about he going to save money by not paying the severance packages. He going to save money by not paying out the money that's owed to the employees that he fired.
Is he really horrible, or were the people that sold Twitter to him horrible?
Probably both.
I mean,
Probably
because
both.
I think
just all people that are wealthy
man.
to a certain degree are probably horrible people.
I don't know why you had this disdain for wealthy people.
I don't have a disdain for all wealthy people. I think that
everybody hates rich people, but still want to be rich.
No, I think when you get to a certain point, it becomes psychopathic. That your hoarding of money becomes psychopathic.
You're not hoarding money
at a certain point.
You're not hoarding money. You're making money. You're bringing value.
But once you get, not always.
You're not hoarding.
Not always. Money. Not always, because when you get to a certain point of being multi, you're worth 900. You're worth $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6 billion. At that point, what's the point? What's the fucking point? Like, if you're not being altruistic at that point,
let me ask you this.
Putting a lot of that back into making the world a better. I'm just a good person. I think I'm just a better person than a lot of people are.
He bought Twitter to make the world a better place.
No, he bought Twitter to make the world a worse place.
No,
do you see the platform? The people that he have allowed back on that platform.
Let me say this:
the disinformation, the propaganda, the hate speech, all that kind of shit he's allowing.
I have never seen a man
shit is a
be
dumpster
so
fire.
Prosecuted for
that shit's a dumpster fire.
He bought Twitter in the name.
He bought Twitter to have control. No,
bro.
No.
He bought it in the name of freedom of speech,
propaganda,
bro.
You buying into the propaganda. You're buying into the propaganda. That is why he bought it.
People need to voice their ideas and opinions.
Who didn't have freedom of speech?
Dude, they were blocking people if you spoke against the vaccine.
No.
They took you off.
No, if you speak things that can create social upheaval, you need to be took off the fucking platform. You can't get on there and talk about fake elections and election was stolen and this and that, and generate shit like January the 6th, you got to be taken off a platform because you're a danger, you're a threat to society at that point. Fire in a crowded theater, hello?
You're telling me
fire in a crowded theater just on a platform as opposed to yelling it out in a crowded theater. People getting on Twitter talking about elections being rigged and Democrats are evil and people stole this from Donald Trump and Donald Trump. Like, all that kind of propaganda speech, you can't allow that shit to be out there on a platform that people perceive to be legitimate. Because when you give that shit legitimacy, you have social upheaval.
Well, let me ask you this.
You fuck around and start a civil war for shit people saying.
Let me ask you this. We have First Amendment in this country.
Right.
Which is government, freedom of speech.
Right. The government will not restrict your freedom to say, but that doesn't mean that you have freedom from consequences.
I understand that.
You can say what you want to say, but you ain't free to have consequences.
But who is to say? This is a micro.
And Twitter is a private
This
platform.
is a blogging sphere. Who is to say that what you're saying is wrong and what I'm saying is right? Who is to say that? And I'm asking this
because some things are facts and some things are opinion. It's my opinion that it's cold outside. You may feel like, oh no, it feels great outside. That's an opinion. But
what makes it a fact?
What do you mean? What makes it a fact?
That it's cold outside. The numbers, the temperature.
It's based on the person. It's based on how you feel, how you receive it. How
so
your body feels
we should both be able to express that and just come to a medium.
This is black. It's a fact that this is
no,
purple.
it's not. That's
These
not
are
black.
facts.
This is
That's
red.
black.
That's blue.
No, that's black.
This
and
is
that's purple.
red. That is blue.
Your jacket is black.
No, it's not. It's
and your
pink.
hat is black and white.
No, it's not.
Okay, so now you're just being an asshole. Now I see why you like Elon Musk, because you're the same piece.
No, dude. I just think we need to have open discussion
you would
and
be
dialogue.
a psychopath just like he is.
No, I wouldn't.
He's using that for power. He's using that for control. One person doesn't need to have that much power
I want to say
over
you
social engineering.
Hold on,
One person doesn't need to have that kind of power over social engineering because that can be dangerous.
First of all, Elon Musk, he doesn't talk to his father. His father was an evil motherfucker doing all kind of diamond mining, some crazy shit in South Africa.
And he's just as evil.
His father left his mom and him, left them pretty much destitute. They couldn't get no money and shit. Elon is a brilliant guy. And if this motherfucker really...
Who said he's brilliant?
Man, that motherfucker's brilliant. He's brilliant. Like, all these motherfucking car manufacturers are racing towards EVs. You telling me that wasn't started from Elon?
He didn't create Tesla.
No matter if he didn't create it.
He didn't create the technology.
He bought it.
He didn't create the technology.
He might not have, but he bought it. He put his ass on the line.
Okay, but he didn't create
the
the
shit almost
technology.
went bankrupt.
He didn't create the technology.
It doesn't matter, but he pushed it. Steve Jobs didn't create the iPhone.
Okay, and they still look at him. They look at him as a.
He was able to put it together.
I
and
think Jeff
push it.
Bezos is more of a genius than Elon Musk for creating fucking Amazon. That's more genius. That's more brilliant than hiring engineers or latching onto an idea that's already out there and just putting the money behind it. I'm just saying. I don't hate Elon Musk. I just think that he gets credit for in situations he gets credit for shit that he don't deserve credit for. And I think that him being in the position that he's in is not a good thing for the overall.
Well, can I say this? So
I would like to see a person more.
Elon created PayPal.
Right.
He ended up
another guy.
He ended up selling PayPal for hundreds of millions of dollars.
$188 million.
Right.
I looked it up
At that
morning.
point, he could have just sat on his ass and said, fuck everything. He took that money, invested it in the Tesla.
Right.
Even tried to sell Tesla.
Right.
They laughed him out of the fucking room.
Okay.
General Motors, all these car companies said, fuck you. It'll never work.
Okay.
Tesla has been able to provide, not only incredible cars, they're the safest cars.
I'm not shitting on Tesla.
Well, this is just one. I'm just talking about his contribution.
That's debatable
to humanity.
Okay, but but opening up a platform like Twitter,
dude,
which is a worldwide platform that gives people the option to express their beliefs, their opinions, their research, whatever they want to express.
You should be able to say what you want to say, bro.
Okay, but you can't do that on a. Why do you think there's a standards and practices thing on it? Why do you think FCC has rules? Why do you think newspapers have rules? Why do you think newsrooms have rules? Why do you think magazine? You can't just put anything out there.
Well, I guess you're going to have to make...
I'm a comedian on a morning radio show. I can't go out there tomorrow and say that
and that's
I believe that such and so, and I can't put false information out there because people assign a certain amount of credibility to the words I say.
And that's a great point you brought up. That point you just brought up, my friend.
So you're saying I have freedom of speech, but I don't I'm not free to say everything.
But this point you just brought up is the reason radio is dying.
Okay, but so podcasts you can get out here and spew. I was listening to Andrew Schultz and Charlamagne the other day on their podcast. They spit out more false information because they don't research shit. They just be saying shit.
They're idiots.
They call
it brilliant idiots.
Okay, but what the dangerous thing about that is you got people who believe that shit. You got have you researched QAnon? What that's all about?
Have you said
they believe that Hillary Clinton drinks the blood of innocent babibies?
Wait, hold on.
Like, putting kind of shit out there that leads people who are not mentally stable to do shit.
Even if you take all of those platforms away, go sit in a black ass barbershop and listen to what them niggas believe. Are you kidding me?
But what's going on in the black barbershop is really not affecting nobody outside of the barbershop.
Bruh.
But when you have a platform that reaches millions of people, like I said with the radio show, if you have a platform that reaches millions of people, you can't just throw shit out there. You can't just throw shit out there because it affects people, and it can alter the way people behave. January 6th is a prime example of what happens when propaganda is allowed to just be spread and legitimized, and people react to that. People fucking react to that.
It's such a delicate line because at the same time,
I'm not saying you shouldn't have freedom of speech.
Like when you talk about propaganda, freedom of speech, and what people listen to, I mean, how much damage did Scarface do to the black community? How much damage did New Jack City do to the black community?
Okay, that's entertainment.
How much damage did
entertainment?
Because motherfuckers don't believe what they want to believe,
no, they don't,
no matter what.
People go to a movie. You go to Avatar, you don't believe there's really blue people out there.
Shit.
You go to see Black Panther, you don't believe there's a place called Wakanda.
I promise you. I can promise you.
You go to a Medea movie, you know that's Tyler Perry in drag.
There are 8 billion people on this earth.
Right.
Trust me, there are some people who believe that Avatar is real. There are some people who believe that Medea is a real damn person.
Nobody believes Medea is a real person.
100% promise you. There's a guy in the basement right fucking now who will argue you down.
That Medea is a real person.
Do you remember back in the day with Digital Underground? When niggas would fight you talking about nigga Humpty Hump is a real person. Shock G used to put a rubber nose on with glasses and they said that Humpty Hump was real. There were fights on the playground over this shit.
Okay.
And this was dog, freedom of speech. We need to have discussion.
You're making my point.
We need to be smart.
You're making my point.
Dude, but you open it up. Open this shit up. Don't put somebody in a box and tell them what they cannot say.
No, but
let people talk freely.
But how do you just completely
ignore
the
let
point
them
that
talk
I'm making
freely.
That says you can't you everything has to have some restriction on it. You can't have unrestricted free speech without having chaos. Because you have people who have a legitimate platform.
I think
why you think Fox News is so dangerous?
Bro.
You have people on there that are presenting propaganda as if it is factual news.
Everybody's presenting propaganda on both sides.
Okay, no. I'm not a both sides person. Okay, but they're not presenting fake news as real facts.
Here goes a propaganda.
Which is what Fox
you talk
News
about
does
Fox
every single day,
News
all
presents
day.
propaganda, and so does CNN, who tells me that when I wake up as a black person, I need to be scared to go outside because there's some cop that's out the door waiting to kill me.
Nobody on CNN has ever said that.
That is the picture they're painting,
No, that's the picture you perceive. Shit. That ain't the picture they're painting. They don't get on there. There's not a host on CNN. Don Lemon, Chris Cuomo when he was on there, any of the morning hosts. There's not a host on CNN, Jake Tapper, any of them, that goes on there and spouts blatantly false information and presents it as if it was real, the way they do on Fox News. And they even say, well, Sean Hannity, Jesse Waters, who else? Bill O'Reilly, who's on there. These are opinion shows. They put that in the little fine print. The Sean Hannity show is not a news program. It is an opinion show. But he presents opinion as if it were fact. And to people that are listening that don't know that don't have the ability to distinguish between the two, they think it's a fact and they go out and they act on what they heard. Oh, they illegally took my president out of office. I have to go and do something about this. I have to go and fight for my president who was wrongfully. No, he wasn't wrongfully anything. He got voted out of office.
So hold on. They presented as fact at the beginning of COVID that then I'm vaccinated. I pushed the vaccine. I think people should get vaccinated.
Right.
However, they did push this narrative and present it as fact. If you get the COVID vaccine, it should protect you from getting COVID. It should protect you from transmitting it.
Right.
Turns out that was not
okay,
true.
but
that
you,
was not
but you
true.
as a
and
scientist,
anybody that said
but
different,
LeVar, you as a scientist, which as a pharmacist I consider you to be
when
a
the
scientist.
shit first came out,
But
I
you
believe
should
them.
know,
That sound like the facts because when you talking immunization,
you studied science.
Yeah, I've studied
You should know
immunology.
that there is no 100% in science. If you look on the back of a Lysol can, protects against 99.9% of these viruses.
There you go. I like that.
Because there is no certainty.
All I'm saying
in
is
science.
I am for freedom of speech. People should say what you want.
Okay, but I think you're misinterpreting the definition of freedom of speech.
I can respect
Pull up the
you.
definition of freedom of speech.
I will read it now.
And see what and see what it means in the Constitution. The government shall not censor you from saying what you want to say. The government shall not censor you or I forgot what the other word is. The government shouldn't block you from saying what you want to say. But when you're dealing with private entities, then yeah, you do have restrictions. Like I said, I can't say motherfucker on public airwaves. I can say it on a podcast. I can't say it on a morning show. I can't say suck my. I mean, I can say suck my duck and or dick my suck.
You can't say that, and that is why radio.
I can say it, but I'm gonna get fired.
Right,
I can say it tomorrow, and I'm gonna get fucking fired.
And let me tell you something. That is why radio is dying.
No, that is why
you can't say those things.
That is why Sirius XM radio was created. Satellite
Ain't nobody
radio.
listening to fucking Sirius.
You shitting
they
me?
listen to these podcasts.
You shitting me? No, Sirius is in damn near every car that's produced now. People are listening to Sirius XM. They would. So why are they still around after almost 20 years if ain't nobody listening?
Have you ever
if
heard?
Ain't nobody listening. That's all I listen to.
Have you ever heard of Cooking the Books?
That's all I listen to. Somebody making money. They ain't staying in business. They ain't staying in business just to be there.
Freedom of speech, I like this, is a principle that supports the freedom of an individual or a community to articulate their opinions and ideas without fear or retaliation, censorship, or legal sanction. The right to freedom of expression has been recognized as a human right in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and international human rights laws by the United Nations.
Okay.
It is your right to speak freely, to say whatever you want to say. It is my right to speak freely and to say whatever I want to say.
So I should be able to walk up to the gates of the White House and say, fuck this president. I want to.
People are in front of the White House right now doing it every day. They protest and do all that.
Issue threats. No, I'm allowed to issue threats. If I see this,
if you
put his face in that window, I'm going to do this to him.
Right,
I'm going to do that to him.
Pick you up.
Right.
But you was
so what happened to my freedom of speech? What happened to my freedom of speech?
No, you was free to say that.
Exactly. My point. Going back to at the beginning of this
no,
shit.
But when
you're free to say what you want to say, you ain't free from the consequences of what you said.
Man, listen.
You're free to say what you want to say. You just ain't free from the consequences.
So we gotta. Well, that's that. Let's get down to what's going on in the news. Did you want to talk about anything that's happening?
Yeah, we got like 10 minutes left.
All right. We got about 14 left.
Yeah. Okay. What is happening? Meg Thee Stallion.
That's very interesting. Meg Thee Stallion. Shout out to Meg, man.
That story just won't go away.
Meg like them short niggas.
This shit dragging on longer than the Kennedy investigation.
Height, man.
Yeah, she
shout out to Meg, man, because being
5'8" to the
5'9" brothers, we don't get enough love in the world. And I just want to say to all you tall ass niggas, see the tall ass niggas get away with murder. Have you ever noticed like niggas that just be laying up, be them big tall niggas? They ain't got a job and then all they do be tall.
Well, tall niggas do get a pass.
They get a pass.
Tall niggas do.
They get
consideration.
Well, your ass a short nigga. You gotta have talent. You gotta work your ass off.
But that's why most talented people are the shorter dudes. That's why short dudes are better in bed.
They gotta know how.
Tall
to
niggas
jump.
ain't good in. Tall niggas ain't good in bed
Them
because
tall niggas get away with murder.
Tall niggas is like pretty women. They feel like all they gotta do is show up. Short niggas put in that work because we coming in with low self-esteem. We coming in feel like we got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a tall short nigga. Like I'm a short dude, but I'm tall.
Well, I remember I was having sex.
Like Kevin Hart and Duval, they short dudes.
Yeah, they short.
We tall short dudes.
Yeah, we tall.
We
short.
tall. We tall short.
Yeah, they are like hobbits. Them niggas is like that's sad. They a couple inches away from like getting a check. Like, literally, they about 3 inches from getting a check, bro.
I would pay to see them box.
That would be
Duval
Luke because he got that hip.
If I was rich,
if he hit him in that
now
hip,
if I had Elon Musk money, I would pay them niggas to fight.
No, Kevin Hart would whoop Duval. Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin shape.
That
nigga strong. Yeah, he in shape. Yeah, he in shape, man. He's strong. And he got years of being the little guy built up inside of him. Nigga, he'll beat the shit out of Duval.
All I hear Duval going, all right, nigga, kill me then. Nigga, kill me. That's all I would hear this nigga say.
All right, so Meg Thee Stallion is basically saying Tory Lanez shot her in the fucking foot.
And said, dance, bitch.
Dance, bitch.
This was straight out of Harlem Nights.
That's just kind of funny. That shit is actually kind of funny. Diddy got a new baby. Here's what I don't understand. I said this yesterday. Like, it's just Young Miami is supposedly in her feelings because Diddy had a baby with some chick. Diddy's worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
He gets to have extra hoes.
Exactly. And I would say
you can't have a man that's worth that kind of money and think that, no, we ain't married, I got hoes.
If I'm a 53-year-old Diddy with $1 billion,
we ain't married, I got hoes.
Yo, like.
And you gonna deal with it.
I'm doing the exact same thing.
You gonna fucking deal with it.
But to Diddy's side, Diddy tells him, we're not in a relationship.
And he paying, as he's supposedly paying his new baby mom $300,000 a month.
Listen.
And she married.
Listen, we're not in a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm brother love. And Diddy, keep spreading that motherfucking love.
Nigga, keep doing what you do, nigga.
And I want to say this because I know
a hero out here in these streets.
People had a lot of heat for Young Miami. Young Miami got offended because I guess DJ Academics called her a side bitch. Chick. And she's not. She's what I call a parallel bitch, like a alternate universe.
But like I said,
mama,
look.
But you gotta play position when you in a harem.
Whether you're a starter or a backup, you still on the team. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think Diddy's at another level. Diddy has a harem. That is a harem.
Yeah, and you need to accept
when
that.
you are a part of the harem, there are gonna be people that throw stones at you, baby. You gotta be strong. You know, like, don't worry about that.
Appreciate your position.
Get in that Rolls Royce on them hoes and show them your Birkin.
Position. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get upset.
Count your blessings, biatch.
That's real. Don't get upset. You know what I'm saying?
You in the game.
You in there.
Whether you on the bench, whether you getting minutes, you still got a jersey.
Come on, man. Did you see his baby mom?
Bitch bad as a motherfucker.
I would have nutted him.
Did you see the other one that he was accused of kicking it with?
He got a new one.
Little Sean T. Ooh.
Diddy. So shout out to Diddy, man. Brother Love. Continue to spread your love, Brother Love.
Man, I ain't mad
I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan. But ladies, have peace. Quit fighting one another.
Y'all got to share that $1 billion dang-a-lang. That's $1 billion dick. Y'all got to share that.
When he go nutting that bitch and come put that dick in you and throw your pH off,
$1 billion dick to yourself.
Ain't nothing wrong with
that.
If
Diddy was a bus driver, you can have that dick to yourself. Because don't nobody else want it. But you can't have that dick to yourself. That dick $1 billion. Bitch, you go to any award show.
That's what a B.
You ain't waiting. You going through the back door. Celebrity entrance.
Come on,
in
man.
any club, any restaurant. PJs, private jet, all over the world.
It all comes with
You want to go to Bora Bora on Thursday? We can go on a Thursday. You ain't said shit. That come with other hoes. When you got them kind of perks, that come with other hoes. You want to share that dang, a lane. That dick.
That's right. You gotta,
that dick gonna be something everywhere.
Now I wonder, does Diddy let them fuck who they want to fuck? Can they get?
Hell
Diddy?
No.
Yeah. See?
If I'm Diddy,
you don't get it. Don't you get my pussy
that
away.
Pussy better stay.
I put $200,000 on that pussy. That pussy stays home till I get there.
A month. And then the scandal, it's supposed to be scandalous because the girl's supposed to be married. Now, I don't know what she married, separate, whatever. But I'm not going to lie. $300,000 a month. I love my wife.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. You can have that Diddy, baby. $300,000 a month, you can have a baby with my wife, nigga.
When you be the greatest stepfather.
What? I would love that child like no other.
And I want to come to the parties.
And I wish my other kids would treat them bad.
Bro, I want to go to the Diddy parties and everything.
All that shit.
Bad I be. Boy, let me
I don't want
no
Sean John clothes.
Let me tell you something.
But I want to go to them parties.
I'm sure when the husband found out that Diddy got his wife pregnant.
Nigga, you know what a badge of honor that is?
He probably cried.
For a billionaire to get your wife pregnant?
Oh, my God.
Nigga, you know what a badge of honor... So what? Okay, so
Baby.
what if your wife came home and she was pregnant by a billionaire, and she said, "I don't know how I don't know how to explain this to you. You know, I love you so much, and I'm so committed to our family. I am pregnant. He is a billionaire, and he's gonna pay me $400,000 a month. We just have to try to work through this."
Well, my wife would never do that.
Would you try to work through it?
My wife would never do that.
Mine would if I found out that the offer was on the table.
You would work through it?
My wife would sleep. If I had to drag
you
her...
asked me if I would want to work through it?
Yes.
With that money on the table?
$300,000 a month.
Would I? Shit.
I would be in the delivery room with her and this other nigga.
Nigga, that shit'd be like an episode on Good Times when James, baby, you got $300,000 a month. You got pregnant by a billionaire. Right on. Nigga, dynamite, nigga.
I would help deliver that goddamn baby.
Come on,
I'd be
boy.
holding the towels. I would take the pictures. I would take the pictures of him, my wife, and
we
the
gotta
new
look.
baby.
So
I'd be like, okay, turn around. Okay,
so we looking at 300,000 at 18. Wait a minute. That's first 18 times.
That's
Wait, hold on.
3.6 million
18
a year.
times 12.
That's 3.6 million a year.
Times 300. I'm talking about the total amount. That's 64 million.
Come on now.
That's 64.
Come on now. For one nut. Shit, I can get past that.
I probably, when he was nothing, I'd have been on the nigga's back massage. You get in there, open them goddamn legs up, let them get it all in there. Fire that hot one in there, goddamn it. We got money to make.
There's no way in the hell I'm turning that deal down.
Don't you like? Now you see how you can't say this shit on the radio. Don't you love to be able to say this?
Of course.
Like we could just come in this motherfucker and talk shit.
If I could talk how I wanted to talk on actual radio, oh my God.
Imagine if we did not have this outlet to do this shit, bro.
That's why Howard Stern left terrestrial radio and went to Sirius, so he could say what he wanted to fucking say and do what he wanted to do.
And that is why podcast and all this shit is kicking.
It's taking over the world.
Ass.
It's taking over the world.
Oh, this was great.
And it's for a good reason.
This was great.
But I've been sitting here for this amount of time, and now I gotta pee.
You gotta pee?
Yeah,
you gotta pee.
Man, I gotta pee all the time.
You probably got. Have you checked your prostate?
My prostate is good. I just drink a lot
of water. Have you checked your
pee a lot.
Your PSA antigen antibodies and shit? That's how they test your prostate now. They don't need to put a finger in your ass.
I was gonna say, could you check it now since you kind of a doctor? That'd be a hell of an episode.
We can check it with a blood test. Get your ass out of here.
That is. You want to talk about disgusting. A viral moment?
That is disgusting. This motherfucker checking asses on the show. That is nasty. So, do we have any other topics we need to discuss?
No, we need
anything
to
else
discuss
in the
fact
news?
that I got to get up out of here.
Okay, guys. Well, this is gonna wrap this up on our latest episode of Two Virgos and the Mic. Y'all keep on coming in. It's looking good. I will be at the Arlington Draft House February 24th to 25th. Yep. That is the only thing I have on the books right now, so I'm open. Also, I'll be filming Life and Beth starting in January, season 2. And then Special K is on the Royal Crown Comedy.
RoyalComedyTour.com. RoyalComedyTour.com. We pick back up in January of 2023.
He going to get that bag.
Yeah, RoyalComedyTour.com. Check it for dates and see we're going to be in a city near you. Why did they say a city near you? No, second we're going to be in your city, not a city near you, unless you just feel like driving.
Come on out. So thank you guys. This is Two Virgos and the Mic. We streaming on everything. I got it on. We on you. Oh, subscribe to Two Virgos and a Mic YouTube page, which is up and running. I also sent you a link as adding you as administrator on that account. So y'all subscribe to that. And Two Virgos and a Mic currently is available on Spotify, iTunes. What's some more? Stitcher.
Well, if they're watching this right now, then they know what it's on because
they're watching us, but but when this,
it's on all podcast platforms.
It's on every
on all podcast platforms.
That's right.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, man. See y'all next week.
Peace out.